Hi, and welcome back to the BFE podcast. I'm bringing you guys another episode. I'm super excited for this one. I got my good buddy D coming on today, Deleon Villarreal. He owns his own clothing brand, so we're going to be shouting that out. Not only that, we got some big moves coming behind the BFE boys. We also dropped our very first merch, the sweatshirt. So if you guys want to support the podcast, go ahead and grab yourself some BFE gear. The sale's going to end May 1st, so go ahead and grab you some if you want to support the podcast. Also, I really appreciate all the support we're getting. We're up to 106 subscribers, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. And just follow us along on this journey. But it's a great day today. It's 420, big holiday. It's also a very nice day out. Ohio is very bipolar right now, so we got to give it to the man upstairs for giving us a blessing of a day.
Absolutely.
And, so that's pretty much all I got today for me. So let's throw it over to you, D. How are you? How was your day today?
I am doing well.
Yeah?
I want to say thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, brother. It's been a minute. I saw you were you had your own clothing brand, and I was like, oh, man, I really wish I would have had you on a little earlier. I know we had to reschedule you. I'm so sorry about that. Just dad life stuff happens. Had the anniversary, so thank you so much for letting me reschedule this. Yeah, we're shooting this on a Thursday night. Typical is normally Friday, Saturday for the boys, but perfect holiday to have D on. It's great. Thank you so much for coming. But yeah, a beautiful day out today. Did you you work today or anything, or you take the day off?
Actually, I was off today.
Ooh,
but
fire.
I was off today, but I spent most of my time in the garage today. I was just sewing up a lot of stuff.
Just working. See, okay. So we're gonna tee it up. You guys will see his brand in the background pop up. House of District.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that. Where does that come from? I think it's very passionate. You got to be super passionate about your logo.
Right.
I know I am. Where did that come from?
So House of District kind of originates from, me obviously spending a lot of time in a place of just sewing and just doing something.
So just you're in your own zone.
I'm in a place, you know what I'm saying? Garage, kind of just like isolate myself.
You have your own like little workshop out there, little couple tables. Walk me through it. What's it look like? Is it a big process to make one thing, or can you like pound some stuff out?
So the setup is a garage, right? So maybe it's like something like you got, but just a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
And then I have a work table I built recently, like back in September.
Ooh.
Kind of, how to
do you like carpentry work? Do you like?
I do.
Do you like? I feel like you're just a dude that likes working with his hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hands on with a lot of stuff.
And that's badass. Are you a visual learner, or are you just always hands on? Just put me in there. Let's go.
It kind of depends. I feel like some things I can just look at a couple of times and just be like, okay, well, let me do it like that.
Yeah.
Or I could be sitting down and kind of study something for a minute, but it's something more hands on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like sewing. I don't know. It always seemed like everyone's grandma knew how to sew, stuff like that. Is that where you picked it up from, or your mom, or something like that?
Picked it up from Grams.
Oh, yeah. Grams locking it down.
Yes.
So, say this thing blows up. You got to give her props. Just be like, hey, if it wasn't for the Grams, I wouldn't be here today.
Absolutely.
So, that's fucking cool, dude. It's kind of bringing it back, like, House of District. Like, house is kind of like your home. You're just living in your zone, and the district is like, listen, I want to take this. Is that just kind of like a bold name or something like that?
Kind of like a place from like where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a growing place.
Yeah.
I'm starting to discover other people that have like the same
small
ideas
brands,
as me.
Yeah.
And again, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to like take over something
if
possible, you know?
So how long have you been doing this? How long has House of District kind of been a thing?
Okay, so House of District.
Even from way back. It just pops in your brain one night.
So it goes like all the way back. So we're talking like pandemic, right? So when that hit, spent a lot of time in the house. Stuff got shut down, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
creative juices flowing.
Right.
You got to do something.
I got burnt out on doing the video games.
Okay.
Just kind of got
good.
Didn't like to sit down.
Good. I feel like that's good.
So I was just like, I want to learn something new, and obviously I had interest for like dressing and just doing all types of stuff like that.
Yeah. Would you say fashion? You're into fashion.
Fashion,
big fashion guy.
Just going through stuff like different styles and putting stuff together, and then as time just sitting there, I like had the idea of like, well, what if I could just make this type of stuff? You know what I mean?
And that's what's so cool. And again, not to like take it away from you, but it's the same thing with the podcast. Like, you always look, you're scrolling through Instagram, you see that guy like posing or that gal posing and they're wearing some crazy clothes or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like that person stepped out of their comfort zone, threw on something that they were proud of, and they wanted to take some pictures in it. A big reoccurring thing on here is just shoot your shot. I feel like that's something that you did. You were like, hey, that person can do it. Why can't I? And you had the time, the knowledge, and the wherewithal and the means to do it. And now look what you have. You have your own brand that you're proud of.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for you even coming on and we're being able to promote this thing. This
Absolutely.
is, and you're not only doing like just clothing. You're kind of, your whole thing is like recycling, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
like,
So that's,
just,
I mean, you even got a good thing going behind it. I feel like you can support it. It's like, hey, I'm not just going out there buying a bunch of sweatshirts or something like that, slapping a logo on it. Kind of like how I'm doing. If you guys want to grab yourself some BFE gear, go ahead, grab yourself some BFE gear. But you're taking like old stuff. You're thrifting. You're turning it into something new. That's pretty badass. Like,
pretty much.
oh man, I look up to you for that. That's cool. You are honestly a big reason why I was able to pull the trigger on the merch. It's like, hey, Delion's doing it. Like, I can have him on the podcast, sit down, talk with him and stuff. So, again, thank you so much for coming on and stuff.
Dude,
So
for sure. And I think that's honestly how it goes. Honestly, people just seeing somebody else doing something, it kind of just sparks something. Or even if you have a lot of time on your hands, and you're just like, well,
yeah, instead of twiddling your thumbs playing video games, which hey, your boy likes to play some video games.
There's a
I
time
bought an
for that.
Xbox X. You sit down tonight. Actually, I'm probably gonna be playing Fortnite. I know you guys must bust my balls, but dude, I still rock with the Fortnite. I'm over there banging stuff.
I still get on the video games from time to time.
Yeah.
My bro Wes actually recently told me about the Madden download that he put on the system of his with all the different features and stuff. So
Oh,
I'm
do you
like,
guys have like a sharing thing?
No,
What
but we
was
are
that
going
thing?
to have that.
Yeah, what was that thing you used to be able to do for Xbox? It was like if I bought a game, my buddy, if I linked up with him, he could have it as well.
Like you can merge and like share the same game
Yeah.
or some stuff like that.
All right, guys. Daniel is now here. The boy came from Indiana, so the BFE boy's here. Dan, why don't you come on over here? That's fine. Yeah. BFE boy's back. He's been crying. He hasn't been on the freaking episodes for a minute, which he needs to be. It doesn't feel whole without another BFE boy here. So, yeah, shout out Dan from coming all the way from Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, we were just talking about Xboxes. What is that thing called when you share stuff like that?
Game sharing.
Okay, so it's literally just called game sharing.
Yeah, well, there's a thing like you go into your settings. It's like it's called My Home Xbox,
Okay.
and then like, say if we were gonna do it, I'd sign into your account, you'd sign into mine.
Yeah.
Well, I'd set like I would go to your settings on your account.
Yeah.
And set my Xbox as your home Xbox.
Okay.
And then you would do the same with my account.
Okay.
And then whatever game you buy, I get.
That'd
whatever
be-
game
that-
I buy.
that's pretty
It's
lit.
perfect.
Yeah, because games, low key, there's some cheddar.
Yeah,
they're
no.
pretty expensive, dude.
They're $80 now. a
Games
piece.
are
Dude, they used-
taxing, waxing, taking everything possible.
Dude, and then
And then the
inside the games-
microtransactions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
too,
inside the game.
That's how they make a lot
I
of
want
money.
that skin. You're like, dude, that's fucking.
You watch
gotta buy
Troy
it.
Dan? You ever seen that?
What is it?
Troy Dan, that dude that's really like known for playing 2K a lot, and he opens the
No.
packs all the time.
Not too familiar.
What?
The fuck was that?
Motorcycles, brother.
Oh, okay. I
Hey,
was
it's
like,
a nice day out. We live out. There's might be
Yeah.
some Harleys zooming in the back.
Mill
So.
Dam's like right down.
Oh,
the road.
pop.
But anyway,
Living off the main roads, like it's
Oh,
pretty
dude.
busy through here. I'm sure.
Oh, I can't wait to get my own land. I mean, we're on a little bit over a half acre, but sitting right on 40, it's like.
where's the
dude, like-
contract, son?
Yeah, we do need to get to that. I don't have it with me today. It's been wild.
I'm just saying,
Dude, I did. Daniel is now signed. He's a BFE boy. Thank you so much for
Wow.
Dan. Yeah, he's
Amazing.
bought into the podcast.
Okay.
So again, if you guys want to support the podcast or anything, go ahead grab yourself some BFE gear, and yeah, we're gonna see where we can take this thing.
Yes.
But kind of flipping it back into you, do you ever think about taking this brand of yours like full time? Is there a possibility? Are you just grinding right now to where you can get to that level or something like that?
Yes. Eventually, I want to like make House of District like a full time thing for me.
Yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah. I feel like that's everyone's dream to do.
What's
but
your plan of attack?
yeah, do you have like
If you have
So,
one, you might just be.
I mean,
fucking
really, like,
chilling and
nah, that's a
doing
good
your
question.
thing.
Well, the only reason I say that is because now you not only have your like creative pieces,
Right.
You also have like your hats, your T-shirts that you can go buy to
Right.
support the brand to eventually make it full time and stuff like
Do
that.
Do I have
So-
teas here?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
should've
We do
stopped
got
at the
we
gas
got some bush
station.
latte. We like
I'll
a bush
drink a
latte.
beer. Fuck it.
Good.
All right. But yeah, so is there a plan of attack? Do you ever? Oh God,
You unplug something?
something just got messed up.
Plug.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. And we're back. So we were just talking about House of District clothing brand,
Right.
and then yeah. So switching into that, are you ever bringing on more people? Do you ever see the expansion? Like we just signed Dan. Like, do you ever want to bring on more talent or more people?
You know, I definitely have had that thought.
Yeah.
I've thought about trying to team up with people, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm still figuring out as far as like things I want to do that are like faster for me to put out.
Okay.
And
Are you talking about custom pieces? Because not only does he have this, like I said, he does these like crazy custom pieces
Show
where
him your
he'll
bag.
go to
what's up?
Your bag.
yeah, he'll go
bag.
to like the thrift shop and then he'll come back, he'll kind of cut everything up and then turn it into something wild.
So this is a custom, you know what I'm saying, denim tote bag.
Yeah.
Was once a pair of Levi jeans
Okay.
that was, you know, broken down and reconstructed.
So
to a
when you
bag.
go in to see this thing, what drew your attention to it? Just you wanted something solid black or
It was kind of just like shuffling through a bunch of pair of pants, right?
Okay.
So a lot of them I had was majority black.
yeah.
So just like, well, I'm gonna grab one and just see if I could do something
something.
quick.
Well, let's just big scale. Okay,
Right.
you got the jeans. Not only do the jeans, they also have pockets on them. So if you did turn it into one big pouch, you also got a front pocket. There's
Yes.
even a little pocket and the back pocket. So it's like it's a legit purse or
It's-
satchel. What would you call
it's
this
like
thing?
Tote bag.
a tote bag or like a, I don't know, a messenger bag or something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just something
Okay.
quick that you could just throw some
So,
things in.
yeah, maybe you're going to the gym. Like, that's a perfect size gym bag.
Right.
You got pre-workout in there. You got a couple other bands, whatever
Yes.
you need for the wrist, this, that, or the other. That's a perfect gym bag.
It's got a couple pockets that, you know what I'm saying, still usable.
Yeah.
Even in the main part, it's got the button that I hand sewed in there.
Okay.
That, you know what I'm saying, if you had to tuck away clothes or anything, for
Yeah.
instance, you know what I mean? It's
That's so cool.
Got all this stuff in there.
So, would you brand this in any way, or is this just one of one? Do you ever like HD? Do you sew HD on it, or because House of Districts, that's a decent bit to actually
Yes.
put on something.
And that's another thing I was working on too. So like I was taking like denim patches, right?
Yeah.
Blue jeans, and I was just stitching district in them.
Okay.
Just not-
Okay, so District is gonna
Just
be
district, I'm stitching that.
Okay,
Like,
that's I
no
like that.
stamp,
District
like-
District pops. You know what I
I'm
mean? That's
saying?
something.
Yeah.
That's where like we were talking a little bit about logos and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you have to be super passionate about that logo. Like I'm not gonna lie, from the beginning where this thing started, like I was just sitting on my couch on this laptop actually right here, just tracing out like not like even tracing, just like drawing out like a little cowboy trying. I mean,
Bro.
compared to where it's come from, did you ever like think about maybe outsourcing like a logo, or you just wanted everything creative all from you?
I have thought about that too,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's kind of like having full control of everything. You know
that's-
what I
that's-
mean? Like I want to
That's
like
also what I was gonna say
break
about
it.
bringing somebody on. Is
Yeah.
like you're kind of going to like into an industry where you're kind of like you have to really fucking depend on somebody. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
like if we're gonna make clothes, like there's like it's like breaking down a project and like this is what you got to do. This is what I
Mhm.
got to do. And if
Yeah.
they fuck up, then it's like you just fucked
Yeah,
up.
I feel like you have
everything.
to surround yourself with like good people.
Right.
Like and they also have to have your vision too for it. Because if they don't, then they're just kind of a body. Like
100%. I have yeah, like I've thought about adding people or adding a person with me, but at the same time, it's like I have this idea of doing
Yeah.
something, so I have to like see that out first.
well, I feel like it's kind of like
before-
more like your baby. Like how the podcast, the brand stuff, it's kind of like my baby. Like I love it. Like you have a lot of heart energy into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where after we shoot a podcast or something, I'll literally go in, get like 5 or 6 TikToks made from that thing, or start editing it, or I have other things churning up in the background where I'll just sit down and I'll make a new banner for the logo that you'll see popping up. Like if you saw where this thing started from video 1 to where it's come, 20 episodes in, like I did just go on another podcast, the Roughnecks podcast, Cole Nixon. Go check it out on the Spotify. Eventually, the BFE podcast will be there,
I heard back from Reno. We got to figure some things out because
Okay.
he said all those dates that you sent me, he's booked.
Damn.
He said we could do like a virtual thing, but
no.
I'd rather just plan it later and then
the podcast doesn't do it.
then
But
have him
yeah,
on.
you're fine. The podcast, we'll get you on, Reno. He's an awesome guy. Eventually, we'll get him on. But yeah, we'll just shoot him a couple more dates. But no, yeah, I just went on another podcast, the Roughnecks podcast. So go check out that episode. And it was kind of cool seeing someone else that's from around our age group. He started something, and again, like we were saying earlier, like kind of bringing it full circle. You see someone in your group or an acquaintance of yours or someone that you've talked to maybe even once or twice that you could reach out to or do something.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, okay, he's doing that. What if I did this? Or I know if I reached out to him, he could give me some mentoring or pointers or something like that. Was there anyone when you're starting the House of District that you looked up to?
Really, it was my grandma.
Okay,
My
Grams.
Grams has, she like taught me the basics of everything. She taught me how to like look at patterns and do stuff like that. And
Inseams, is that a thing?
and, like yeah,
Okay.
like how to like fold things
Fold
and how to
things.
like make
I'm
it
not
a
gonna
little
lie.
more-
I've only sewed a couple things. It's nuts. I definitely pricked
Your
my finger a
grandma
lot.
supports the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, she
Grams.
You need
comments
that.
on all your shit.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
noticed that too. She loves it.
love grandma. She
That's-
is.
I feel like that's what grandma's supposed to do. They're just you're A1 since day one.
the boss is what I call her. You
The
know what I
boss.
mean?
Oh
She's-
yeah, dude.
runs everything.
I just got off the
She's
phone with
one.
my grandma. Shout out Nenen. She's the best. She lives down in Kentucky.
Yeah, shout out
And,
Nana.
oh,
Shout out
is that what
Nana.
you call
She's
her?
in she's in Texas.
Oh,
She's living there now.
yeah.
She lives there now.
She is
She's
living
lived there
there
for
I
a
now.
haven't
while,
seen her in a
right?
long time.
She's lived there for a while.
No. She moved there in July of last year.
I was about to say
Oh, I thought
she's always been around.
She
dude.
retired from her job like 20 some years, and she just was like, I need a change.
Hey,
Need a vacation. I need
that's
to chill.
awesome. I feel like I actually
Texas
just,
is a good spot too.
Texas
I've heard
is a
that.
nice.
I've never been there. I would love to go.
I've heard it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Joe
everything's bigger
Rogan
in
talks
Texas.
about it all
Oh,
the time.
Yeah.
I've been
100%.
feeling that pressure of like, why don't you come down here? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you? I mean, you can do all these same things,
Put
but it's
yourself in a
kind of
bigger
like
city.
that, and it's just it makes me think of like what I've done so far is just like if I keep going at this,
And
I
maybe
know I
eventually you
could.
do that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I would like to have
So,
it. To
It's
be,
your timing though. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, go at your own pace and stuff. I
Don't
feel like
rush
where's
anything.
she at in Texas?
She's in Edinburgh.
What's
That's
the biggest
like
city
down,
closest to that?
like down in the valley. I think the closest one to him, San Antonio.
That's not bad.
And then Dallas
I would
is-
say probably for someone.
shout out the Spurs.
You'd want to.
Right.
I feel like you'd want to be more closer to Austin. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Because that's more of like a poppin' city. Like it's
Yeah.
like you probably see some of the stuff you're making.
Or
just
Houston.
walking down that. Is Houston? I
Bro,
don't.
because Houston, I'll say this: Houston's made a big splash in the music scene. There's a lot of people that
Yeah.
that are from.
But he's not.
Houston.
He's not doing.
But I know
Houston-
that. But music and clothes go hand in hand.
They're pretty like
They're
I
linked
feel like
in.
all of Texas is pretty much like up to date. You know what I'm saying? Like they have some type of style and stuff that they do and stuff like that.
Oh,
so-
dude, they're on the forefront. I mean, kind of talking trucks and stuff like that.
dude.
They're if you don't drive a lifted truck down there, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
like you
not-
buy a Silverado and the next stop you're gonna be dropping another $5,000 into
Yeah.
it, maybe
Dude.
10 on lift
Not
and everything.
To go off of subject here, but have you seen the Nissan Frontiers?
The newest one?
Yeah,
why?
I think they're fucking sweet.
They're like the little truck.
yes,
It's not terrible.
it
But
looks
if
like
I'm
a Tacoma.
okay,
No.
don't put that out there. That's
No.
not cool.
Yeah,
dude.
I
There's
keep it.
There's Tacomas and then there's everything else.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I love
they're-
Tacomas. That's my dream truck.
In the small truck world, Tacomas reign supreme, and
Yeah,
I
they
will
got the
argue
best
that with
resale
anyone.
value.
I
They're
kind of like how them
Toyotas, they
Ford
run-
Rangers look.
They are fucking sweet.
I like how
I got
them
mine
things look.
totaled. I
No.
was pissed. The
Hey,
new ones.
Now no.
What?
No.
Dude,
The
we had
new
this
ones look
argument.
trucks.
We
They're
had
small
this
truck.
argument. See, he keeps saying this shit.
Time out.
And we
You're
think-
hold on. Logan, you're a Nissan fan. You'll drive a Nissan.
I would.
Dude, the
I would
new
not
front-
drive either one of them.
Dude,
I'm
the
sorry. I'm a
Frontiers.
GMC guy. But when
I
it
do,
comes to
yeah.
smaller trucks, I would say the Tacoma reigns supreme.
Yeah.
I will go on record saying the Ford Ranger literally looks like I opened up a box of Lucky fucking Charms and pulled it out.
You've
Like,
already
it was
said
like-
that.
Wow,
Shut up.
That-
dude, just eating my Lucky. Like, what the? Are you
What
joking?
do you mean?
It
Dude,
kind of-
it's literally the same size as a
It
Tacoma.
doesn't
what do
matter
you call
about
it?
the
It's a
size when you're
compact.
going
It's-
small truck. The size doesn't really matter. The body style looks like ass. It's.
Dude, I think
I'm
that's
sorry.
The biggest thing you're against, though, overall, like we're talking about years and what
There
they
is.
can
There is.
do.
I would say there is 4 truck brands that lock it down. You got,
Chevy.
of course, I'm gonna go Chevy, and people, GMC technically, General Motors. I'm gonna go them first,
still
but that
tough.
I'm a nut hugger. Okay, I would go
That's
Ford.
the best truck around.
Ford, the Ford
I'm
F-250,
sorry.
solid looking truck.
Yeah,
Then
they're
it goes
nice.
Dodge. Dodge has always
Fuck
been a
Thank
mean
you.
looking.
No, dude.
Oh yes.
A Dodge is now the
Yes.
new body
Cars,
style
Dodge
still is
cars.
growing on
Dodge
way
me.
and
better.
trucks.
The old
No.
body style looked mean as shit.
Yes.
I don't like
And then
Dodge
it
trucks.
then it goes Toyota. The Toyota Tundra's not terrible. The Toyota
I
Tacoma
wouldn't
reigns
say I
supreme
hate
in the
Tundras.
small truck world.
Right.
This is just I love
That's your
trucks. I
opinion.
drive a truck. Like
Uh-huh.
I've been around trucks a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Everyone's got their own opinion. People are gonna be like, dude, you're an idiot.
Dude, I'll say
But
this. That
My opinion, Tacoma reigns supreme.
that
GMC reigns
Ranger
supreme.
that got totaled, dude. You know how fucking sad I was about that?
Dude, I like
That truck.
Every time I
was
drove past your
perfect.
house when it was just sitting in the yard, I'm just like, Dan, I will buy that truck off of you.
I know.
You used to drive a Ford Ranger?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That thing was clean.
Yeah.
as
When was
shit,
this? What-
dude.
Not
When
too
I-
long ago.
No, not too
really
long ago. Lady
Ford-
ran a stop
That's a
sign
Ford
and
fucking
totaled
Ranger
it.
right there,
But dude,
brother.
it was
Good
like
machine.
It was
It's a
like
good
a
machine.
90.
Mhm.
It was like a mid 90 year probably.
Yeah,
I can't remember
right.
exactly, but dude,
White.
I'm telling you,
Freaking-
like you could eat fucking food off.
It was
this
a
thing.
regular
was-
cab, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
clean as shit.
Mhm.
Like maybe 100,000 miles on it. Like
I'm a-
it was nuts.
That's what I'm saying, man. Ford is a seriously
Hey,
good
the
machine.
wifey, she loves the Fords.
I'm down a Ford.
She had a Ford.
I don't.
I know
hate
people
on
might
it.
not know this, but Ford F-250. It was the 7.3 though, so it was a pretty hot commodity. A great engine. A lot of
Yeah.
people buy them. Like she sold it just not too long ago. It was a bittersweet moment.
Dude,
She's had
don't
it
they-
forever.
Who
Yeah.
owns Cummins now? It's not Dodge anymore.
I wanna
Somebody
say
else.
it's
I
owns
don't
like-
know.
It
but
might be Toyota.
I'm not gonna.
I think
yeah.
they make Tacomas with.
Yeah,
with
no.
Cummins in 'em.
Nissan.
See,
Nissan
that-
does. The Nissan Titan has Cummins
That's
engines in it.
badass, dude.
That's my difference about them, though.
But the Titan, I would.
That
I
just
would
came
buy,
out of that dude's mouth. He was like,
Ah.
"That's badass."
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He was heavy.
That's
He
a
was
great
super
engine.
supporting that one.
You like a foreign truck. You're big into foreign
I'm
trucks.
an import guy because, dude, think about it.
Now hold
No
on.
matter
There's
what-
import guys, then there's foreign truck owners. Like imports are fucking sweet. You got them like little like
You can import
Japanese
a-
cars that are freaking like what is it?
Or,
Nissan GTRs.
or Skyline.
Those are
I
wicked
mean-
Skylines.
This is
You got
same
You got,
thing.
like-
Toyota. What is Toyota's a Supra?
Yeah.
Dude, those are wicked.
But no, it's not even.
Those are
but that's an
about that.
import car, right?
Those are
Yeah,
vehicles.
yeah,
We're talking
yeah.
trucks, so
But,
like
but I'm saying
See,
like, well, I'm
I
saying
don't
I'm
put
an
the-
import guy just because, like, dude, think about it. You can fucking buy a Honda
Yeah.
and drive it for 300,000 miles.
1,000%.
Like,
I'm not saying anything like
they
that.
make
Their
the
engines
best
are
cars.
amazing.
Yeah, they make the best cars.
I would say out of all of them, Toyota makes the best engine.
Yeah, why
you
do
can
you
literally the Forerunners. They
Okay.
still you go out in the desert like you
That's
see
what
on
I was
all
just
the
about
videos.
to say.
You almost can piss in the gas tank and it'll fucking go. Like
And-
they're insane, 300, 400,000 miles on some of these old Forerunners.
The,
they run for a very long
what's
time.
the Toyota? The ones that you see in the Middle East a lot.
I think it's
The
a Land
truck.
Cruiser or
Land
a
Cruiser.
Forerunner.
Land Cruiser.
Yeah, those
They
are what you
say
see.
that they make like Toyota makes engines. They've came out and said this on record. They make them so that they would last 30 years in a third world country.
Yes, and that's
crazy.
wow, that's hard wear and tear,
Just
dude.
like
Fuck yeah.
there's a
drive
lot
through
of
desert every
like
day.
not developed roads that they're
Mhm.
traveling. Like
Yeah,
tons
exactly.
of terrible
Well,
things.
and don't get me
Suspension.
wrong. There's gas engines and then there's diesel. Like diesel's
Diesel's
a whole
better.
another world.
Diesel's
because
better.
you got the Cummins, you got the Duramaxes, you got the Power Strokes that
Diesel.
will get up to 400,000 miles that are still on the road today. So there's diesel, there's gas motors and stuff, but I'd say a gas motor, Toyota takes the cream of the crop.
It is
It-
definitely debatable for sure, but diesel,
And that's
is what
coming from a
runs.
GMC nut hugger,
I
like
think if
GMC Sierra,
if
brother.
Toyota finds a way
Duramax.
to throw a fucking diesel engine in a like a Tacoma or
I think
a
they
Tundra,
have some. I don't
It
know.
looks
I would
ugly
imagine.
to me. I do
What?
not like the style of a Toyota.
like
Really?
Tundra.
The
I hate
Tundras,
the Tundra. I don't like
do
the
not like
the
how
new,
they look.
The new one.
I don't like the
know,
Tundras.
still
I like the
it.
Tacomas.
There's no like authority in it. I don't see
That's what I'm
nothing
saying. I like
solid
square
about that.
body. I don't like rounded off shit. That shit
Yeah.
looks tacky to me.
I don't
Ah,
know, man.
this
It's
is
tough to
it's
say
so
though.
wishy-washy. Okay, speaking of cars, let's you endless amount of money. Money is
Right.
no option. Are you
Right.
buying what are you buying? What's your dream car?
If my dream car,
Yeah, and we'll plaster House of Districts on it. What are you going to be driving around, head turner, something like that? Dream car.
probably Probably a Porsche.
Porsche guy. Porsche is an amazing brand.
I like a Porsche.
Okay. Talking 911.
We're talking
like that?
911. You know what I'm saying? If we
Yeah.
had to tag it and have
Is
to
it-
ride
is it a-
around.
Is it? I might get wrote. It's a Spider, maybe. Is that Porsche?
Spider.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That.
that's
yeah.
one.
I was going to say.
That's
The
what
only
they-
reason
but
I know
I-
any of that is
I think
Joe
they make
Rogan's a
different
huge
versions
Porsche
of
guy.
it. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
car guy, but
I'm not.
I'd probably say that. But
Okay,
if I really
Porsche.
had to like tag it up,
Yeah.
ride around with it, seriously,
Yeah.
it's a Lamborghini Urus.
Really.
Lamb truck if I had to
So
tag
you
it.
yeah,
like
they
the
are
sports
fucking
cars.
sweet.
Well, hold on. You kind of a big dude. Well, I wouldn't say you're too tall. Maybe 6'2".
About
6'1",
maybe.
okay.
6'2", you're
Yeah, but
looking out for
do
me.
You think you'd feel comfortable? Because I always hear like bigger dudes, supercars don't go hand in hand.
Well, it's not
Bro,
kind of a
Shaq drives
supercar.
a
It's kind
Lincoln.
of.
Come on now.
I mean, that's also a custom
know.
Lincoln.
Yeah, I was going to say they took the back
Lincoln
seat.
Bro, you
takes
ever
out.
6
seen
months
that-
out of the year to
You ever
customize
seen
it.
that meme tweets where it was like, Shaq, I know your big ass doesn't fit in that Lincoln?
Just roasting
Shit
them.
is so funny.
But yes,
Okay, what about you, Dan? Endless
I'm a
amount of
Rolls
money.
Royce guy, man.
Wow.
You talking
Phantom.
about being-
Phantom.
Oh,
driven
dude.
around in, or you're driving that?
I'm driving it.
No, I'm driven around in that.
Yeah, I feel like that is a car that you don't.
I guess,
you don't
yeah.
drive that.
Yeah.
I let my. I
Yeah,
pay a guy
'cause-
to drive that.
yeah.
I pay a guy to
It's
drive.
kind of
it.
like, look,
Bro,
There he
who
is.
is this guy?
There he is.
what do you
some-
think, huh?
We got some guys in the back.
Hey,
The boy, the
hey.
myth, the legend himself, Wes Brandon, in the background for the 420 celebration.
But yeah, no, I
Shout
agree.
out
I
to,
think if I was like
yeah,
driving
Wes.
around, sorry, not
Hold on,
No, you're
hold
good,
on.
brother.
Let's just throw time out real quick.
Alright.
Shout out to Wes though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
shout
for
out to Wes.
oh,
driving
yeah.
me over here.
He's a
You know what I'm
sweetheart.
saying?
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Took me over to
guy.
grab some.
So back to cars. What are you choosing, Dan?
But yeah, like he said, I guess I would agree. Like, you definitely don't drive a Rolls Royce.
No,
I guess then I would have to defer to a Bentley. Like, I would drive a
I'm
Bentley.
still not
No,
driving.
no, no.
Really?
Bentley. I would
Bentley
whip a
truck?
Bentley.
You wouldn't drive a Bentley, truck.
No,
Okay.
I feel like you can get Rolls Royce. You probably have a driver.
Right.
Any other car
Then
you
I'm
could
going.
probably
Then
win.
I'm going Ferrari for sure.
If I have
Bro,
to
you
drive
guys are
that thing,
nuts.
Ferrari?
Yeah.
time out.
I'm
We
gonna
haven't
blow
even
your
asked
guys'
you.
mind with what I
Time
said.
out. Besides us, what you driving?
Okay.
What you in? If
So-
you had to tag it up and
Okay,
ride around.
I'm not gonna lie. I already have my dream truck. I'm very blessed, grateful.
That is
now,
not your dream truck.
put a Duramax engine in it, 100%.
Okay, then it's
Yeah.
not your dream truck.
Modded,
But I get what
mods and
you're
everything like that would be my dream truck.
That is a sharp,
But
sharp thing you riding in.
I appreciate
I will
it.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It
You'll
is a
see
nice
it pop
truck.
up in the background. The BFE
It
rig.
does.
Yeah.
Such a
The
tool.
rig.
I don't know. I feel like it's a rig. Like I don't
Dude.
get to drive it too often. I'm very grateful. I have a company vehicle. So shout out Simple Bath. But yeah, I don't get to drive it too often. It's kept garage kept. It is plaster with stickers, so you guys might
Right,
see it
right.
around. But I feel like put a Duramax engine in that. That'd probably be my go-to. Now, like crazy cars, like what you guys are talking about,
Right, right.
McLaren all day.
Ooh.
My boss
McLaren-
has a McLaren.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
That's heavy.
wild.
That's
Yeah.
heavy.
That
Yeah.
because McLarens are like, that's another.
Yeah, his
level.
name's
Your
Bryce. Shout
pockets
out
are a little
Bryce.
heavy if you're riding in a McLaren.
So-
if you ask me.
Yeah.
So my driveway would be the Duramax, the McLaren, and then to blow your mind, Hummer. Not
Oh.
what kind of Hummer you
Humvee.
guys are thinking.
Humvee.
Oh.
Military. I'm
Yeah, it's a
talking. It
Humvee.
takes up not an H3, not an
No,
H2.
the first generation.
The legit Hummer, where
Yeah.
you jump in that, you could run through a fucking building.
Yeah, the first
Everyone knows what I'm talking
generation
about.
Hummers.
You'll see them every once in a while.
The first
driving
generation
around.
Hummers are insane.
Wicked.
There's
Yeah,
a
they're
couple of
sweet.
those. Yeah, buddy of mine told me that his stepdad went to an auction and bought
Yeah.
4 Humvees
What?
and a what is those cargo container.
Oh, really?
Bought 4 Humvees in a container at an auction. Didn't know what was in it, but that's what he ended up getting was 4 Humvees.
How much do you
Holy
pay for it, do you
shit.
know?
I don't know the exact price, but he said buddy's like, I know this is off topic, but he's building like a underground
Bunker and
Bunker?
shit?
bunker and like
We need
dude,
that. I
he's
want to talk
going-
to that dude. Maybe we can
Like,
get him on the
he's
podcast. I would
going
love
loaded.
to pick his brain.
Never met the guy, but it's just what my bro was telling me.
Well,
but like,
I've only seen 2 of these out in the wild. Like I'm driving. I legit like followed this dude and like rolled down my window. I was like, dude, one day I'd love to have one of these. He had 37s on it.
Yeah.
Like just a monster. Yeah, gas hog, maybe got 10 miles to the gallon, but still.
that's a
Just,
mean machine,
oh,
bro.
dude, that I would probably say that.
Yeah, if you're in traffic and if you wanted to be a menace, you could just drive over
Yes.
everybody.
Even
fucking
like,
wicked, dude.
Dude, they're nuts.
so like along with the trucks we're talking,
Yeah.
like I am a fan of diesel though.
Oh,
Me
Let
too.
me say that.
when you're
They're
like
the better
whistling
engine.
down the
I
road,
love-
you're like,
oh my
dang.
gosh.
Like-
If I had my choice, it would be a Dodge second gen
Cummins?
Cummins.
Seriously? You
Seriously.
could get that. That's well.
I
within
want
your
it in
reach.
You
good
know-
shape though. I
you
don't want to be
know-
putting a
It's
lot of
well
time in
within
the
your reach.
engine.
You know what I'd like for them to like? Do they still make SRT trucks?
I'm not sure about
Because they used to,
Oh.
and they were fucking ugly. And I'm sorry, Bobby, because I know
SRT?
your dad drove one.
That's
But
funny. That's
the yellow
also
one?
shots fired.
Why?
That thing was wicked.
Dude, it is
We
sweet.
used to pull up to
I'm just,
practice.
yeah,
That's
they're,
me,
they're
though.
badass.
that. SRT was like a limited edition.
Dude,
I'm
they're
pretty sure.
fucking
Like,
sweet. I wish they would redo it because
Yeah.
that's probably the only Dodge truck I'd own because they're fucking badass.
I feel like it would look complete if you had a set like cars to go along to complete the truck.
Okay, so
You know what I mean?
kind of keeping it full circle. A brand, a car brand. What do you have to drive something on their vehicles the entire time, something that you could actually afford. So don't be like only driving Lamborghinis or something like that.
Right.
Go ahead.
So something affordable.
Yeah, something that you could see yourself actually achieving in life.
Oh,
Well,
well, hold on.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're still talking that shit,
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah,
that lamb truck's
exactly,
still
mother-
real though.
yeah.
We a
Yeah,
few years.
motherfucker, we ain't trying to
We
shut
a
down
few
nobody's
seasons out
dreams
though.
here.
But I'm just saying, if I'm riding in something right now,
Yeah.
We haven't even made it out of our rookie contract.
I'm not
yet,
even
so-
like, I don't know. I'm really not against nothing. I kind of just like to have, I don't know, maybe like,
Are you picking
something.
Dodge, Toyota, Ford?
I don't know, because I've
What
been
are
in
you,
them
what are you
Hon-
whipping right now?
No, well, I've been in them Hondas for the past few seasons, and
You
they
had a
they
Kia,
do
too.
Solid. That'll get you. That's a
Honda's
solid car.
Honda's right nice.
You guys are a
Ride
Kia
nice.
family, though. I feel like.
No, we definitely were doing the Kias for a minute as a whole unit
Yeah.
movement. That's funny you say that.
Yeah, your mom and your grandma,
But,
and you.
Yeah, so there was that. I had ended up tearing up the Kia one night. So
Tearing
that
it
got,
up. Yeah.
dude,
Yeah,
was a
it's
few
bad.
months out from paying it off. Long story short,
No.
but fucked it up. You know what I mean?
No.
Right? Like 5 minutes
Dude,
from the
that's
house.
called life slapping you in the face.
That's
It
like-
literally, hold on. That's what life
Yeah.
did to you.
That's
Just
literally-
slapped the shit out of you.
Like I'm talking.
Well, at
we're
least you
walking
rebounded.
distance.
Hey.
Huh?
You rebounded. You're fucking.
Absolutely.
You're moving
Is
forward.
Is this the night I'm
It's just
thinking
little
of?
bumps.
That's
Bumps in the road, dude.
Yeah.
Hey.
A story for another time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, Kia thing. Then I, you know what I'm saying, I picked up a Hyundai. Honda's
And you're
just
loving
riding smooth. Fuck that one up, and I
Wait!
picked up another
No.
Honda.
What's happening?
Story for another time.
Oh,
but
story.
You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna come back on
I'll
House
go
of
be back on
District
for that one.
D.
Talk about that for
Dude,
sure.
we need to.
But yes, even recently, bro, it's like I had a Hyundai 2022. That shit got fucked up, but this time wasn't my fault. My sister got in an accident. She's good, thank God.
Yeah.
But
Shout out
yes,
Selena.
Yeah.
that is fucked up. So currently, right now, riding in it's a Ford Escape
Okay.
SUV. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
Little
like the
rental.
SUV?
I do. I gotta say,
Yeah.
it does ride pretty smooth.
I could. We can't
SUVs
go
are-
back to
are
it.
But
Sweet.
it's gassy for sure. You know what I mean? It will snatch a little hole
Okay.
in your pocket.
You want me to break your heart real quick?
Right.
Do you know what the wifey drives?
The same thing.
No. She drives a 2022 Kia
Right.
Sorento
Oh.
electric. It's half electric.
Hybrid.
Third row seating gets 43 miles to the gallon.
That's major.
It is insane. Listen, episode's going to be dropping in 2 weeks. I had my best friend come on, Tay, and stories, so stay tuned for that episode. But we talked a little bit about imposter syndrome. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
It's
Like you're doing good enough in life that you feel like
or maybe even
something, like you don't feel like you deserve it.
yes,
Okay.
or
Okay.
again, House of Districts, the
Like,
BFE podcast.
yeah, like,
You're
say
like, I can't believe I
tomorrow-
did that. I started that.
Say
Something.
tomorrow you
Oh,
got
like
an
it's your
order
thing,
for a
like, I
million
did this.
units. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like a
right.
million units. You'd
Right,
be
right,
like,
right.
you'd be like stoked. But once you're making the money and all that shit, you'd be like,
Is this
why is this happening?
Yeah,
You know what I
why
mean?
is it happening to me? So her car, I had one of those moments. So I got her car,
Yeah.
showroom floor.
Uh-huh.
We're walking into this place. She's a sweetheart. Like this is technically her house. I've already sold my first house over in Pickerington, and then I'm
Right.
fixing this one up, and then
Mhm.
eventually we're gonna get our land. We're grinded. We're on the grinding mode. Like
Building.
we got a family. Yeah, we're building up
For sure,
So,
for sure.
that was one of those moments. So she looked at me and she was like, "We're having a little girl. You have a car seat and stuff." And she had a nice car. It was a 2014 Ford something like,
Yeah.
but it was a little SUV.
Yeah, right.
And the car seat gets thrown in there, and you have to kind of sit straight up in the passenger seat. I'm like, okay, well, we're married, so a lot of times you kind of forget that. Like, hers is mine, what's mine is hers, this, that, and the other. So she's like, well, I can comfortably afford the house. So I was like, okay, then let's upgrade the whips. Let's upgrade the whips.
Let's do something.
So we needed more room. I told her, I was like, honey, you can get whatever you'd like. And she's a sweetheart. She looked at the gas mileage and shit. Yeah. She looked at how like the warranty programs. We go to this Kia dealership. There's only 3 of her car in Central Ohio. It's like an EV, half gas. And that's why I was on the showroom floor. But we drive this other one.
Yeah.
And just a normal Sorento. And she's like, yeah, I really like this one, blah, blah, blah. But it's not the electric one. We couldn't test drive that. So we're sit down, start doing the paperwork.
That's what's up.
And the guy comes to me and he's like, well, congratulations for buying this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's probably somewhere out back getting detailed or gassed up or whatever they do. And he was like, no, this is your car right here on the showroom floor. They started opening up the doors. And I'm sitting there, my dumb ass, my goofy ass, I'm in Crocs, like little short shorts. Like, I think I'm in a cutoff. And I'm like, your boy's from BFE buying a car off the showroom floor. Now, have I grinded? Have I put in the hard work? And have there been a lot of people that did help to get me to that point?
Yeah.
Shout out to all them. But
absolutely,
I feel like that's my biggest like imposter syndrome. It's like, me? Who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Sometimes it does hit you freaking hard. And starting the podcast and stuff like that, that's definitely another big moment. But that's probably the biggest imposter syndrome.
Yeah, dude.
Has something like... Have you ever had something like that come up?
I don't know. I mean,
maybe the first sale of like one of your clothes, you're like, dude, that's.
I don't think
cool.
I ever have.
Yeah.
Just because like, I think whatever I deserve is gonna come to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, as long as I work for it. As long as I work for it. Whatever I work for.
But do you ever think that, like, is that greedy to say that? Or I feel like I try and be very humble. Like, I pray every night. Like, I'm very grateful. I try and pay it forward. I try and do a good deed every freaking day. Something like that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like, me personally, not to cut you off, but like me personally, I just think that like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I treat people well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And you think karma's... I believe in karma.
No, me too.
Absolutely. It definitely exists in a world like this. You know
make
what I mean?
your own reality.
I think there's the law of attraction. There's the energy and everything. I think like what you think about, like, eventually turns into reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just
100%.
depends on how long you...
And I feel like people get misconstrued from that. I don't mean that if you sit there and think about a Lamborghini all day, one's going to get parked in your fucking driveway.
Well,
what I'm saying is, like, if you think...
You can manifest
what
that.
I'm trying to say is, if you're telling yourself that you aren't shit...
Eventually you're going to believe that.
Well, you're going to feel like you aren't shit.
Yeah,
I think there's like a famous quote, like a samurai or something like that. He like said, he was like, I know it's kind of crazy, but I have a whole Japanese leg sleeve and shit. I love that culture, like the samurai culture, like that shit is wicked to me. Like those are just straight warriors. But he said, everyone's got an inner warrior. Don't ever belittle or beat down that guy, because eventually he will believe that. So there's the opposite mindset, and honestly, probably one of the most confident man in the world is sitting to your right, my left.
Absolutely.
Like, this boy runs through life. He's like, I'm 6-0, dude.
Absolutely.
I feel like your inner warrior is just fucking, what's up? Come tango with this.
I don't know. I've said this before, though. You definitely got to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to be a little smart about it.
Yeah, I'll never put myself in a situation to get hurt, is the thing. Like, I know, like, I can... Like, in regards to that, I can fucking scrap with motherfuckers, but I'm not about to, like, fight Reno. You know what I mean? Like, like it's not going to happen. Unless, like, I would, but it's like, it would take fucking some extreme.
Reno, watch out.
Shut the fuck up. He's a big teddy bear
that's
anyway.
Like,
he's a nice guy.
In advance type of thing. But even, I don't know, like, it's just life in general, though.
Yeah.
Real. Like, you gotta... I think it comes to a point of, like, yes, you can party. Yes, you can hang out. And yes, you can feel like
we're just talking about this.
People are like doing whatever you do, but then there's like you're gonna get to like your mid-20s, your mid-30s. I'm saying, like, what do you do like 5 to 10 years from now that people are like, okay, well, I do remember he was doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't talk no more, even close people to me, or even in like just going forward with your life, is like, you need to have a plan. You need to be thinking
Yeah.
of something. And even if you do see people grabbing or something on the internet that is like, you know what, I have a thought like that. Somebody's doing that.
Yeah.
I think it's like a law of energy and attraction. Is like, okay, well, you see that, so now it's time for you to do that. It's
Yeah.
time for you to act on that. It's time
Yeah,
for
like
to
you
do
put
different
down you
things.
put down the controller. You had some more time on your hands.
Right.
And you were like, hey, instead of like wasting it, like just binging Netflix or something,
Bro, yeah.
you're like, hey, I'm gonna start a brand. I love working with my hands, and that's something I look up to you for, dude.
Well,
That's congratulations. That's badass.
I think
dude.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. It's a wearable thing. It's art in itself, and it's
Yeah.
creative. So I mean, like fashion, with that to the art, it's kind of like there's no rules to something. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you
and
want.
I feel like your brand is really outside the box. You're thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
You literally just had some nice trousers, some nice Levi trousers, and you were
Yeah.
like, you know what? That looks like a bag to me. Like that's fucking cool, dude.
It's just
like,
taking.
Yeah, you thought outside the box. You're passionate about your brand. Fashion is something you're into.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, you are getting up there. Or 25. I think all of us are 25, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
you start getting to a point in life where it's like, yeah, you might not be partying as much, you might not be doing this, and you might, hey, start to think about the future. Like, what
Yeah.
do I want to leave a mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you really are on this rock, this little rock, for a very short amount
One
of time.
moment.
And you
Yeah.
just think about like, you know, long nights. There's times like 2-3 days at a time where I'm spending like 6 to 8 hours in a garage.
Dude, and
Like, there's
but
all
you're
nighters.
grinding. Like you're grinding and you're passionate about
Yeah.
it. That's cool. Like I said, I'll sit in the recliner.
Yeah.
I got the baby P right here, the wifey, and she'll even help me. She'll be like, that kind of looks like trash. And I'm like, you know what? That kind of does look like trash.
Right,
So
right.
I'll scrap that and I'll try and do something. From where it started, 20 episodes ago, check all of them out. But
Absolutely,
you
absolutely.
can see the progression. And you've documented a lot of stuff,
And
which is cool. So you
I
can
was
go
gonna
back
say that
and
too.
see.
I feel like I've had a very strange like perspective on your life because I feel like we may not talk all the time,
Right.
but we're always like linked in, which is kind of weird. Like we grew up together.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know that. I went to elementary school with him. I've known him
Yes.
since like the 4th grade.
We have gone to the same elementary.
When did we were 6th grade.
It was about middle school
Sixth,
when we
yeah.
linked up.
I was about to say.
Then we
Sixth
went
grade
to
for
high
sure.
school
We'll-
together.
We'll jump into a couple stories. Not only does this guy have a
Yeah.
cool ass brand that you guys should go check it out, but
That's,
me and Delion go back. We're gonna tell you some crazy
Yeah, I've
stories.
had some wild ones too.
Yeah, D is not just a fashion guy. He's a wild boy.
We have definitely hung out over the years. We've had
Yes.
some good times. We've grown. We've done things. It's
A
just,
lot
I
of
was
the
gonna say, the
stories-
thing that's weird about this is what I was trying to get at is like I've watched you like flourish as a man, which is kind of special to have an outside perspective because yeah, like I said, we went to elementary school together, we went
Right.
to high school together, we've worked at a job together, and like those were like the dog days, like when motherfuckers didn't have shit, like when we didn't have shit to our name, just trying to work for some
No.
beer money or whatever the case may be.
You know what I'm saying, even when we was just hanging out doing small things for a little bit of money, like there was still an idea in my head of like, you know, there's more to this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
And
can
we would talk
create,
about
like, from
that in
scratch.
the paint truck. We would have conversations about shit like that. I don't know, and it's really cool, and I'm proud of you that you've done like you've come a long way.
No,
you know?
I appreciate that, bro, for sure. Like, even just going through all the things of like, just seeing things. I just feel like in general, like the world has became a major thing of like consumers. Like I want something
Well, it's
fast.
so okay. I'm
It's
not gonna lie.
quick.
That is so true. And to kind of jump into that, like starting a small business.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for a small business, even in clothing or anything like that, to even have a good jump start.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is because it's hard to compete with the big box stores when they
Right.
can buy so much bulk.
Right.
Like we're selling these hoodies. If you guys want to grab one, they're $40 a piece. And then if you just want to support the podcast, we also have these little stickers that you can buy for $3 a piece.
But
But
the hoodies too.
I like that. These are
sweepstakes
slick. I have
thing.
to
yeah,
say, though.
they're
Like,
pretty wicked. But so
It's an identity.
like trying to
That's
find
another
a
thing I was
price
gonna
point.
say. Is like I feel like that's a big thing too with you as well. And I've found that with this too is that like when you have a creative mind, which I think I possess a creative mind.
Yeah.
I know
Right.
you do.
Right.
And when you have that, it's kind of weird. It's like an itch. to like want to do something
Yeah.
creative, like all the time. It doesn't matter. And like when you finally find that thing where it's like you have like creative freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, you kind of find an identity in that. And especially if you know, I wouldn't say like a hard life, but if you like felt more like an outsider or things like that, I feel like that's common in creative people too. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of creative people have a vision, like he's talked about. You know what I mean? Whereas you might tell somebody they don't really see. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's strange, but you do find like an identity in the creation.
Yes, you do find identity. I don't think it's like a 6 month or a year process. It's kind of like it's a journey. You know what I mean? Like you're
Exactly.
going through a whole bunch of different things.
Well, I mean,
And that's why you may not be an outsider, but you feel like one. Because, like I was saying, like not that you like anything bad, but I'm saying like you feel like I said, like a creative mind, and like you said, a journey. There's like a journey to it. If people don't see that, then it's like
I just have
it's
like
weird. It's a weird like perspective.
You gotta think though, because there's also like I was saying, like a lot of people got to the point they just want to consume something.
Yeah.
If I can just grab something or blend in, like maybe it's all right or something, like I don't have to worry about trying to be different or like do something that's outstanding when I can just do the same thing. I can consume the same thing as everybody else.
Well,
and then you go ahead.
Well, I feel like that's kind of why I brought it up. Like the selling of sweatshirts and stuff like that. Trying to compete with like a big box store where they can buy so much in bulk, it's hard to actually find a good price point to actually sell your stuff at.
True.
Because a smaller brand or something like that is probably going to be like a little more expensive.
Yeah.
Because like you're not going to be buying like 100,000 sweatshirts right off the rip in bulk.
No.
Like if you're buying Carhartt or something like that.
Have
Have you ever run into any like pricing issues when you're like trying to put together a crazy piece? You're like, dude, I got 16 hours wrapped up into this thing. Like, do you ever run into anything like that?
Really, it's kind of just like I have times of procrastination where I can just stare at a piece of the way I'm gonna go about it, and there's thousands of scraps like where I can just like, well, if I build this up, turn it into this, it'll look good like this, and then I'll just kind of fall in that little habit of just like I'll think about it for longer than what it should be.
So you sound like you're almost making art at this point.
It is.
Like,
it's pretty much like from scratch.
Exactly what
So are you saying it's hard to put a price point on like the art that you're making? Are you more like, have you ever thought about, you make a piece and you're just like, hey, I'm putting this out there. Why don't you like, or like a bidding system, be like, hey, how much, what do you think this is worth? Have you ever thought about something like that?
There kind of has been thoughts of like I don't know, maybe like a Depop or Grailed, but also like
what'd you say?
Grailed.
What's that mean?
That's kind of like
an app.
They sell like vintage upscale like name brands, so like Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, like. So even if I was to like sit in a garage and make something for 16 plus hours, and that it's on the same scale of like something that's kind of like high end type of fashion, it's like it doesn't compete because there's no. There's no
knows,
like, weight to the name. You know what I mean? There's no.
Not that you're not credible, but I'm saying there's no credibility behind it.
To be fair, I mean, all those brands probably did start in a garage, so don't let that like deter you. But I feel like a business kind of. I do really like to talk business. Or
right.
Have you thought or sat down with it? It's like, okay, if I did put 16 hours into this, I would say I'm worth $30 an hour. Is that maybe something you rack up? Or is it like, I knew I had some silk in this, I had some leather on it, I had some denim. Does that pull into the pricing? So
like I'm pricing for all the fabrics. I really don't take into account for that. It's kind of like whatever I see that's within my price range of what I want to spend. I'm just going to like add it to what I got going on. You know what I mean? So then I'll just take it back. Like I'll gather up some stuff from like multiple locations, and then I'll take it home and I'll just break it down and just kind of think of ideas and like, you know, fill it out and see how it stretches, see how it moves.
I don't want to give away too much, but do you have that one thrift store that's just a banger? It's a gold mine.
Keeping it real, I don't really have a one place where I'm like, I gotta check in. It's kind of like a variety of stuff, really. Like it could be from like a dollar store to maybe a Joann's or like a thrift, or maybe even like a cheap name brand store. You know what I mean? Like I just have, you know what I'm saying, Marshalls or H&M or something like that. It's kind of just like taking a fabric, whether it's a wearable piece or not, and just taking it home and cutting it up and just like
figuring
all right,
it out.
let's look at it like this, or you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
doing different things with it.
Creative freedom.
You've been brought up a couple times on the podcast, actually.
Right.
One of them is your first tattoo you ever got.
Yeah.
Man on a Mission, Moan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I
here.
feel like you're putting it into fruition now. Don't
It kind
you?
of seems like
It
wow,
does.
that tat seems kind of like man.
Like we even said it on. We this is the guy we would bust his balls, be like, "What's up, Moan?" Like chilling, and
Is
then
that
now,
the time, bro? We
Bro.
were like,
Oh, dude, we were in high school,
right?
Dylan has his freaking tat on his wrist.
Dude.
Like, come on.
hey, but you were actually one of the forerunners when it comes to tattoos.
Then it's kind of like who stepped out there and did it first, huh?
I want to say Cole Music.
I
did it
wouldn't say
first.
like I'm the first one, but like
You-
who was?
I think
who was
it
on the
was-
outskirts of like, man,
I
he
think-
got some mean.
To be fair,
I give him his flowers now.
Like, no,
I think it
Cole.
was.
He did
I think
it.
it was Cole. I think it was you next, Keaton, then me. I think that's what the order of tattoos that went in high school.
And it wasn't even like, oh, I'm gonna be a standout.
You
It's kinda
were
just like
though a
it's-
little bit.
Yes,
you were
in a
like
way.
I'm a man.
I
You,
mean, he's
you
got-
peep at. I'm
Are
a
we
man.
talking about from our grade?
I think.
from our
Okay.
2016 class. we
Yeah.
talking?
Okay.
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was about to say because we went to school with some motherfuckers that were.
I mean, yes.
Tatted.
Yeah, so we can categorize that a little bit.
Yeah.
We're talking
Yeah,
about our
yeah,
class
yeah.
of 16.
Yeah,
Class
I
of
guess.
16.
I was about to say yeah because
Class of 16.
Oh
Yes.
no, yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I
yeah
know.
Harry
Yeah.
and all
I mean,
them.
you talking about them boys before, them grown ass men by that time. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know,
we still,
Oh yeah.
It was-
we still at the crib, like we for sure.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Still at
Yeah,
the
I
house
used to
and
kick
all
it with
that
them every
stuff.
once in a while, but definitely like when you're that young and you just be looking at it like, damn, these motherfuckers are 2 years
Oh,
older. than me, and they're
Tad
doing
is-
this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm just saying, like doing some grown man activities.
But the thing they didn't have, though, they didn't have one of these at the time.
Yeah. So go ahead and get
That's one of
yourself
those.
some
That's some of the koozies,
House
you know
of
what I'm saying?
District.
How much are those?
Yeah.
These $5.
$5?
Major, you know what I mean?
That's not
I
bad.
enjoy.
That's perfect.
I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm
I'd spend
saying? I
$5 on a koozie.
Is it cricket? You have a cricket
Absolutely.
and stuff? Okay.
That's funny that you say that.
Dude,
Those are sweet.
I used to
Listen.
work with one.
Did you buy it yourself?
Absolutely.
Heck
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
When
invested
the-
into the company.
When the pandemic was around, you know what I'm saying, they had this little price going on for the cricket, and I was just like, man, this is kind of crafty.
you can do so much with
Bro.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Swooped
really
it.
wicked.
Perfect.
The
Michaels.
first I also not only this, I also remodel homes and I do some handyman work on the side and stuff. And I started like a handyman business
Yes.
called Hawks Elite. And the first sweatshirts I ever made for something like that was all from the cricket and
Dude,
stuff.
I'm
It was
telling
cool
you.
messing around with it. It's awesome. You literally just say you want to do the BFE logo or whatever.
Bro.
You could literally just print it out. It'll make the stencil and then you press it onto your freaking shirt.
Bro.
It's the same thing.
My favorite part about it is watching the machine take it in
Oh,
there. It's
dude.
Like,
Oh,
it's
pretty
right there.
wicked.
You know what I
it's
mean?
wicked,
Like,
yeah.
it will break. You can change the whatever stencil, whatever you
Mhm.
need for that.
Yeah,
You
it can even do like cards. It can make you a card. It's pretty wicked, dude.
You can
Yeah,
go
they're sweet.
legit. You can tag your favorite cup, make you a shirt. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with the cricket that's just
that
like,
you probably didn't
wow.
even know. Like you should, yeah. Let's just say crickets are sweet.
If
Facts.
you're into making that shit,
What-
for sure.
Even the major thing about it though
feel like
is
it's worth the
cricket,
money.
Cricket can be done in an apartment, a one
Oh,
bedroom,
yeah.
bro. You can
Yeah,
cricket like
a little
in
shop.
a space. Come on now.
Dude, I'm sure people have pretty, I wouldn't say very, but pretty successful like Etsy
Bro.
type shops
Bro,
just
it's
using
huge.
cricket.
Huge.
Alex Miles' girlfriend, bro. Like back in the day when he was here,
Allie.
still, Allie, bro. She was on the cricket, and Alex was telling me about that. How she was like doing positive things with that. I was like, bro, that is like
Yeah.
really dope because I was thinking about it. Then to hear
Oh, yeah.
somebody real examples like
exactly.
Because
That's
that's
the push
fire.
you
Bro,
needed. That's
you
just the
can
push
go
you
to
needed.
those
Fire.
auctions and buy shirts for bulk for
Bro.
really cheap, like warehouse auctions. And then, dude, if you have a cricket,
Bro.
holy shit!
you gotta
could
think
sell
though.
some of those shirts for fucking $5 a piece and make
Yes.
$6,000 on a bulk deal. You know
It's
what I mean? It's like,
it's definitely easier said than done.
yeah, no,
Oh,
100%.
you know
It
what I
makes
mean?
it
Just
sound
like-
simple, but
Even like I was seeing this one statistic. They're saying like starting a small brand, like a t-shirt brand, is like people
One
being
in
like the
100
new
million.
like you're the new SoundCloud rapper. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like as for instance, everybody's trying to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just keeping an account for that. Like
But
it's a hyper.
I feel like don't let something like that discourage you.
Right,
Because
right.
I feel like all it needs is you sell one shirt. And
No,
then you're
that's
just
exactly
like, you know
right.
what? Someone out there worked a hardworking job or
Yes.
whatever and spent their hard earned money on
Yes.
something that you just created in your brain. Like,
It's-
that's so cool.
It's literally just like this, like what we're doing right now. Like, bro, I literally, not to like fucking like hype myself or this up.
You
even
fired these
though
up
I
on the
love
set?
this.
yeah, you're fine, brother.
But
Go ahead.
bro, I literally fucking went to Indiana today, worked a whole day, and
For
came
what?
back just to shoot this podcast because it's like this.
He
What
loves
I,
you guys.
This is what I love to do.
What do we call that? Dedication.
That's called dedication. I appreciate it, man.
It's called honing the craft. Bro.
Yeah.
Believing in something.
I mean,
and doing
absolutely,
something
dude.
you want to do.
That
What do you want?
is.
There's a million fucking podcasts
What?
out
That's
there,
true.
but if we can get fucking
One view.
one,
Someone out there that
Just
likes
wants
to
to
support the
listen.
podcast, or yeah,
I
just
just-
find
I mean,
something
granted,
in anything that we're
hopefully
saying.
we end up with hundreds of thousands of
Yeah,
views,
so
but-
make sure you click the subscribe button.
Even like
I got an idea, by the way, we need to talk about. We'll
Like,
talk about it after.
for sure. Even podcasting in general, bro. It's just like that's a big thing.
Mhm.
So you got to think about people like communication these days is
Yeah,
like really
very key.
It's wearing out to a point where I can get on my phone to
Yeah.
talk to you,
Mhm.
as opposed to sitting down with some
Yeah,
bros.
face to face. Yeah,
You know what I'm
just
saying? Like being in
having
the
a
same
brewski. Yeah.
being
And
same
it's-
room, same energy.
It's so much fun. Like,
Mhm.
it's,
It's
so,
so
much
much
fun.
fun.
Because we can fucking sit here and talk about anything. It's basically like going to the bar, having a beer with your friend,
Yeah.
but you're sitting in a room talking about shit and letting other people listen, just like a
Yep.
fly on
No
the
joke,
wall.
bro.
Mhm.
And, like, I don't know, there's just something cool about that.
And even
I listen to podcasts
Bro.
every fucking day.
Bro.
Every fucking day. On my way to work,
I feel like
listen
it's
to Joe
the
Rogan
new
or whatever.
music. It's the new wave of music. Because I'm not gonna
That's-
lie, you have a 40-minute drive doing something. 30 minutes of that, sure, you might have a banger playlist. But after that, you're like, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe learn something new.
right.
And you can.
Right.
There's so many varieties of podcasts. Maybe you
Right.
don't like three guys just sitting there chilling, drinking a couple brewskis. Maybe you do. And then there's also this podcast where, hey, I want to learn finance. I want to learn about health. I want to learn about this. There's so many things you could do. Like you said, you put the kind of bring it
Right.
full circle. You put the game
Break me
down
off one of them.
and started
Yeah.
the House of Districts. Like,
And
it only takes one step.
And for the Logan, that's really like the whole thing about it though. It was back in
Drink another
like
beer. You don't care, dude.
Whatever you need.
So I'm 25, right?
Yeah.
So when I turned like 22, man, I found surfing YouTube. YouTube is a platform that's like man, you can
You can
literally
learn so much. Anything.
You can learn the world.
Yeah.
Like listen, like
Yeah.
everything is at your hands this day and age, right? So
just a touch away.
it's there for you.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? One day I'm surfing YouTube and I happen to find a Rich Dad Poor Dad podcast. I don't know if you're familiar
Yes.
with Robert
Oh, yeah. He wrote a
Kiyosaki.
book and everything.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was really I got Rich Dad,
Rich Dad,
Poor Dad,
Poor Dad.
podcast. It's a podcast. It's Robert Kiyosaki who was the founder of it. 1997 is when he put all this stuff together, you know what I'm saying? Him and his wife. And like just even for a minute just taking time out to look at somebody else's lifestyle
Yeah.
and seeing like man, there's a real different way of living your life.
Yeah.
So even like you know what I'm saying? So like that grows a curiosity in
Yeah.
me. There grows an interest in me. And I'm painting at the time. I'm working over there with Shane Johnson.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Cameron's
Shout
dad.
out Shane.
Shout out Shane. Good
Yeah.
people and all that
we
stuff.
fucking both worked that
We
job.
was at the same place
Yeah.
doing the same thing. So yeah, like I find them during that time and I kind of just like invest in it to it. You know what I'm saying? There's a curiosity to it where like, man, maybe he's like saying something. You know what I mean? Because I'm seeing everything that I've been seeing for X amount of years.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like pandemic hits. And like for a minute I was listening to him talk about that and it was like, man, he was talking about that, you know what I mean? In a way of like the way of living and the way you earn money and the things that you can do in this world is just like there's really no limit. You know what I mean? And once you understand that and
Yeah.
discover that aspect of it, it kind of keeps you like man, I want to keep learning more.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Let's-
him and I just want to keep following up on people that is like, man, these are real dudes that really do things in real time.
Well, and the cool thing is, you're a guy.
Right.
I'm a guy and a guy. There's a lot of other guys out there that are a lot smarter than us that do make a lot more money,
Right.
and that's where like those guys are putting their life out there, so you can either watch it, and
Yeah.
you can literally just get mentored by some
Yeah.
guy that maybe you've never even seen or talked to in person, but you can learn. And all it takes is you just to put a little effort into it, or just a tap or click away. And
Well, I've-
then you're learning, you're doing something
I've
new.
also had these conversations too. Why I like what we do so much, and why I believe in this idea
yeah.
that I've obviously invested in emotionally and financially now, is
Heavy.
that
You ain't
You
lighting
know-
this up, looking.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Oh,
But,
Yeah.
you know,
big dog.
like,
The wifey doesn't like it in the beard. She'll
Look.
be like, "Dude, you smell like a cigar."
Come on.
I'm just like, it's only a Thursday. Maybe I'll light it up on the weekend pod. But
That's tough to say. You're in the lab right now.
Mhm.
You with some bros cooking up. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
why don't you spark
Yeah.
up? But hey, bad influence. But anyways, go ahead. What
Yeah.
you saying, Dan?
but like I was saying, why I like what we're doing here is
Right.
because it's nice to hear shit like that. Like it
Mhm.
really is. It's inspiring to hear. Like you listen to Joe Rogan, man. He brings on these like polarizing celebrities. You know what I mean? Like people who we look up to, maybe, or we've been watching our whole entire lives.
Right.
But it's like at the end of the day, listen, we can sit here and listen to Wiz Khalifa talk about the craziest fucking party stories he's ever had in his life, and we love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I can't relate to that. You
Mhm.
can't relate to that.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds good,
Yeah, it's a cool story.
but that's why I like what we do. You know, we're just fucking some guys.
We're just three dudes having a couple
and
beers.
granted, that
I
may
mean,
change over the years with your clothing line or our podcast, but right now, we're just fucking three dudes who've known each other for a long time. We
Yeah.
like drinking beer and hanging out, and we have fucking stories to tell. And I feel like it's a perspective on life from three normal people.
Like even piggybacking on that. I don't know like how you guys feel about it, but it's just like you can feel a change of energy in the air. You can feel that times are like the things you used to do 5 years ago won't work 5 years from now. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
yeah,
Like those aren't beneficial moves. That's not gonna make you better as a person. Or even if somebody asks you, you know what I'm saying, wherever you're at, like, hey, what you doing? They hear about what you was doing from some years ago. It ain't really no improvement. It's kind of like, man,
yeah. You're kind of
he ain't doing nothing. I know
Yeah.
where to find
getting
him. I know
left
where
Do
he's
you
behind.
at.
ever? Do you
You're
ever
getting
think
left behind.
you does that ever get in your head?
I
A little
don't.
bit.
I definitely take into account for that. I just think about like, I feel like I would be selling myself short at this time in my life to not learn new things
Mhm.
and to not be
Yeah.
creating as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
no,
like,
100%. I truly.
what
believe
if
that.
like I don't know? I'm kind of like big into the other things of just the world in general. Is like, what if they take the opportunity? What if they take the chance away of you trying to create something or do something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think that?
And then
might
you're
happen?
like, now you have to do these
Not
things.
it might happen, but what if it does?
Like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
a group. I don't know how big you guys are into it, but like, there's a group of people like that have an idea, have an agenda of like taking away the normal things of life, of creating, have an opportunity because they have an agenda.
Mhm.
So even just like looking at that side of life, it's
Just
just
scares
like,
you a
there's
little bit.
people that are like, you know what I'm saying, there's more powerful than you that do
Mhm.
things, and it's just like, if I'm able to learn these things
I
and
should do it now.
create something that is like, you know, an asset, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, I can use this to leverage da, then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'll take 10 years out right now to learn that, to be better at something.
Mhm.
So like moving forward, it's just like, no,
Yeah, you're just
you can't
honing
do
in
me
on your
like that.
craft and stuff.
I built a team. I have a brand. I have something that's just like,
Mhm.
people are behind this. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
100%.
I built something.
It's wicked.
I think life's. I've always thought this. Life's about momentum, you know. And if it really sucks, but like there's some points in like somebody's life, and I won't say that you can't ever start having a life, but there comes a moment where you can, like he's saying, there's like an energy, and it's like sometimes you see people and you're just like, man, like you just never got going, and it's sad. It really is, and I've been there before. I've thought that about myself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I definitely have, but I've also recently in the past few years taken the steps to get going. But yeah, I don't know. Life's about momentum, man. If you can't like seize the moment and create
Well, and
something
it
that
also,
you believe
like-
in, or just be a part of something, you know,
Mhm.
it's like it is sad, but it happens, man. Like you have to seize the moment, like
yeah,
for sure.
and I feel like all of us have had that one moment where, say, kind of bringing it full circle, where you did see that one person that did start that. Maybe that's just a
Right.
little push you needed to either, hey, get up, start hitting the gym, start taking
Yeah.
the vitamins, or start a podcast, start reading 10 pages a day, or
Yeah,
just
bro.
I feel like life is so short, and a big theme that, like I said, I've been on the podcast is always just take your shots, shoot your shot, because
Yeah.
you only get one spin around on this rock.
Right
and-
now.
Just keep moving.
Yeah.
You're coming around once, so it's just like, if the knowledge, the information is at hand,
Yeah.
you can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? What hurts you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can play the same playlist like you were saying, but like, if you take 30 minutes out of your day to like learn something
Yeah,
different,
like I said, maybe
Like, it
finance, maybe
sparks-
health,
bro.
maybe anything you're interested in. History, like the history books.
you got to think like you're not only like doing it for yourself and being more educated, more thorough, like you can help people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like
Paying it forward.
I have a big idea on that too. Like
Yeah.
eventually, like if the brand was to get big enough, like maybe I can just bring in enough people to like we can take clothes and just break them down.
Mhm.
Already made clothes and literally break them down into fabrics and just make like tons of different pieces that we could give out to people. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
do it for a different
so just
rate,
do like a charity or something like
like
that.
a charity, but also at the same time, kind of like I don't know. Just have these weird thoughts, but
Oh,
it's just
dude.
like.
It's not weird.
Like if you get big enough to where like you can cause disruption in brand like major houses of like a Gucci or Louis, or a Nike, where it's just like, man, well, we rather go recyclable route because it looks better.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to the earth. You know what I mean? Like you're doing tons of different things in it.
It's
And I feel like that's kind of like what House of District is in a way.
Yeah.
It's like we're recycling the world,
Mm-hmm.
but we're doing it through clothes.
Yeah.
And it's
That-
not
dude,
like a
that-
major change.
No, but
it's-
that's you're passionate about it. It's a
Yeah.
cool brand. It's something unique, something that
Take
isn't
it and
isn't
make it
the
better.
Nike, isn't the
kinda
Carhartt,
like,
isn't the
You know what it reminds me of? It's like Lil Wayne, No Ceilings. Like where he would take other motherfuckers' beats
yeah.
and then he would make a song on it. And you're like, holy fuck.
yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
listen to it and you're like, I would rather listen to this every single day
Mhm.
And I'm like-
than the same shit that we've been listening to. And it's kind of the same idea. Like I get what you're saying. Like you can take materials, whether it's from a clothing brand or whatever, and if you rework it in a way that people find it simple or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, or just like wearable, and then yeah, you can definitely attract eyes to that for sure.
And even like I feel like I haven't really found my audience of people that I relate to. I just
Mhm.
kind of feel like it's just an open pool, really.
Well, right now that's okay. Like I said, I always have the analogy like I'm just crawling right now.
Yeah.
Eventually,
but you
those
hit
people
on
will
all
come.
demographics.
Yeah,
though.
and
you know what I mean. Like,
all
Yeah.
everyone keeps
that's
saying
important.
is just keep doing it. Like
That's
just
exactly
keep
it, bro.
doing it because you know what? At the end of the day, you're passionate about it. You're putting in the work, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Eventually, you will find those people that are your supporters are coming behind you. Like
You know what I mean?
and like okay.
is that
Are you
Sorry, go ahead.
you're reaching out on TikTok and stuff like that?
Yes,
I like have you seen like increase in followers and stuff like that to
Absolutely.
where and that's all you need. That's all that start with that one more
Has
he
follower
done
where you, it
voiceovers
just
and
keeps
stuff?
it keeps pushing you forward.
a couple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you should really start.
Even
doing
Well,
that.
then-
like
I think that would start
just
hitting really hard.
Mhm.
constructing quality videos, bros, is kind of
hard.
It's a
It's
task.
difficult. Yeah, no,
Well, it's
100%.
hard,
Bro,
yeah.
it takes time out of
And
your
you're trying to
day,
make
you know
those
what I mean?
clothes at the same time.
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. The apps that they're out today make it 10 times easier.
Absolutely.
So editing, that's why
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get these episodes down to an hour and a half, because it's more of a power punch. Like you can freaking just hard hitting. It's faster.
No.
Now I will still have some of those 3 hours, and I'll try and break them into 2 parts. But a lot of it is just the editing, like the file, moving them
Yeah,
around,
bro.
like doing this, that, and the other. Like I said, we're just crawling on the BFE podcast
That's
right now,
it,
20
bro.
episodes deep, and
That's
it's
it.
it's come far.
Yes.
Gotta
Journey
start
far
somewhere.
away, but yeah, it definitely does.
Like,
And
I'm
the House of
about-
Districts is doing the same. Yeah,
I'm maybe like 20 to 30 pieces in of
Mhm.
creating everything, and that's also like with the help and then of me of like having my ideas to input and thoroughly constructing a piece that's like, well, you can throw this on.
How many have you released?
How many?
Like 5 or 6, I would say.
Maybe
I've
like
looked at-
5 or 6.
yeah,
I have
I've
a
looked
couple.
I've looked at your website before.
couple in the vault
a couple
haven't released yet.
He has a
It's
website, by
not-
the way.
it's- yeah.
HouseofDistrict.com.
HouseofDistrict.com. Everybody check it
Okay,
out.
I'm not gonna lie. After the podcast, I'd love to pick your brain about that
Absolutely.
a little bit. Yeah,
We can tap in with that for sure.
yeah.
So shit, where was we?
House of District has its own website now,
Yes.
and then
Yeah, what
my
were we
bad.
talking about
Lost-
before that?
Shit, I totally forgot, bro.
Yeah.
no, it's okay.
Starting
Listen,
from the bottom,
listen,
starting from the ground.
House of
Gotta
District.
start somewhere.
You're pretty much to kind of sum it up. House of District.
Even
You-
okay,
Oh, you've
piggybacking
released
on
5 or 6.
Yes,
Yes.
how many have we released? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So back to that, like I've had a couple online sales. Most of my sales have been in person,
Yeah,
and it's been the hoodies, and even just like the hoodies. I'm saying maybe since December or January. Like I've been trying to work the hoodies a little bit, but I haven't worked them as much as they should. And as of
Yeah.
recently, I've broken down the hoodie to add in like different
I saw
patchwork,
that
different
with the
patchwork
camo.
pieces to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
The
it's just
camo
like
one's sweet.
it's kind of like yes, there's my idea of promoting it, recycle the world, but now I want to show on the hoodie like
Yeah.
Is that your slogan?
this is
Okay.
So no, okay. So House
Recycle
of
the
District,
world.
House
That's a
of
pretty-
District is the brand.
Yeah.
Recycle the world is like what I'm saying, what I'm pushing.
That's a
Is
cool.
that-
With
that's
the
a
brand,
Is that
you know
the
what I mean?
slogan or is that like the line
It's
that you're
like
going
a
right now? Like the
we're
clothing
saying
line?
like I'm saying recycle the world.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to anybody that looks at the shirt, but then I'm showing you with my piece of like how I recycle
Yeah.
the world. And
Yeah.
how
That's
House
cool,
of
dude.
District does something. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Like,
And
it's
having
like-
the brand identity
I feel like it's cool
behind
because you're
that.
so passionate about it. Like I feel like I'm
Yeah,
like
bro.
I'm ready to buy a sweatshirt, dude.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to get that camo patch one.
bro, I'll hook it up. There's a camo collection coming out. I have a couple of pieces I'm sitting on camo, which is like, man, I might as well just rock out and sew these.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at them closely, there's different stitching inside of them. So
Oh,
it's
really?
just like that's what kind of gives it
And they're
its
custom
style.
pieces.
You know what I mean? Like it's me touching all those pieces.
And that's cool because you can sell one sweatshirt that doesn't look like the other one.
No, but everything on the sweatshirt says recycle the world.
Awesome.
So everything you can, like, if you look at it or don't rock it or give it to whoever you don't like it, it's the simple fact there's a saying out there like recycle the world. So I'm saying like maybe throw your trash or do something that's positive to the earth, and I'm making a garment at the same time.
Yeah.
And if I can just spread the positivity and spread the word of like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And eventually, you know, maybe down the road, build a team of people that have like
The
nothing
same
but
mindset and ideas.
sustainable
Yeah.
sustainable
Same thing with
ideas.
Dan.
You know what I mean?
Passionate about it, happy with the brand, and
They're
stuff
just
like
like,
that. Eventually,
yeah.
you will find that person that
And it's just
you do click with.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's just
like-
cooking up, bro.
Like, I see. That's where it was weird because like he was on like a creative journey. Like it brings it full circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, I was kind of on the same thing, just trying to figure it out. And I really liked podcasts. I listened to him every fucking day. Well, he started this one, and dude, how many times did I bother you about it? I was like, dude, you gotta fucking have me on. Let's do this.
Mhm.
Like, you have to have me on.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, we're months out, whatever. He wasn't blowing me off, but he was just being honest. He's
Try
like, I'm
not
busy.
to.
I mean, let's keep it
Try
real,
And
man.
then-
Man's had an agenda. You
Yeah.
know what
I
I'm saying?
did.
Like, Mans
I've
was
been
marching. Like,
grinding.
I got
I've been
things to
grinding.
do
And
before
then-
I can
And then
Yeah.
intervene with this type of thing.
in a weird kind of fucking way of the world, like the stars just kind of aligned, and Mike had some things going on, and Logan was like, "Hey, you want to fill in?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll come on."
Yeah.
And
So
then
hold on.
the
time
rest
out,
is
time out.
history,
You was
really.
gonna have Michael Boozer previously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Really?
well, it was supposed to be his spot, and then
Mhm.
Logan was like,
What?
"I know you've been wanting to come on really bad." Mike
Well,
couldn't make it.
I'm not gonna lie.
So-
Mike
Trying to run a
Boozer.
podcast is it's challenging. Like I said, we
It's-
just try to get someone on. We shoot them the dates. Like stuff happens, so you kind of just roll with the curves, the punches, and stuff.
Bro, it
But yeah,
happens.
and then for, I mean, I wouldn't say never in a million years, but in my mind, I knew like I'd come on here and do well. I don't think
Right.
people expected that out of me. I don't think you expected that out of me. I think
Well, I
that,
knew you could talk. That's why, and I knew that it's more like when you sit down in front of a mic and there's something recording. Sometimes people like
Freeze
blank
up.
out and stuff and freeze up. A lot of times, what you just do is you just lock in on the conversation. If you lock in on that conversation, it's
I don't
flowing,
even
popping.
think about the camera.
Yeah, like I said, you don't. You're
No,
just
I'm
you're just
doing
talking with the boys, and
Yeah.
that's what I try and do. At least with the edits and the
Right.
podcast, I try and keep it flowing.
But-
a lot of times, people say that it does get a little personal and stuff like that, but I feel like this one, it's just
That's
been
what it's
flowing.
supposed to be,
It's
though.
just the boys
Like, bro.
drinking. You're promoting your brand. You're passionate
We're
about it,
talking.
and yeah, I feel like I'm definitely very grateful you joined us today. I mean, I feel like we didn't get into like everything that we needed to.
No.
But you know what? That's just a teaser because that
That's
just
it.
means the House of Districts in Deleon is going to be coming back on very, very soon. I feel like.
That means that there is a part 2, part 3. Like we will continue.
Oh yeah,
on.
100%, dude. You were
It's a part
fire
of
on the
it.
mic. Is there anything else that you'd like to wrap up, shout out, or anything?
You came bearing gifts.
Yes. Let me show that while we're on right now. So
Yeah.
I brought a couple gifts for you,
I
bros.
appreciate
Let me
it.
show you
Thank
guys.
you.
Dan, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Out
back
of the
to-
bag. Out
back
of
to
the
that-
bag.
Custom bag.
Back to that custom bag. You know,
Yes.
tote bags you can
Wait,
get one.
yeah, I was going to say if someone wanted to get one, where should
So-
they hit them up?
That is a good part to that. I'm
Instagram.
going to be updating the website soon.
All right.
I got
Okay.
a couple other pieces that I want to update and show people. I want to redo a couple things. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So when I get that going, I'm gonna push heavy and see if anybody would like to support. And keep
Yeah,
us, you know what I'm
100%.
saying?
Go support the House of District. Go check out the website and stuff.
HouseofDistrict.com. So, yes, I brought a couple pieces for the bros.
Ah, the boys.
So, let me start with this one right here.
Okay.
Okay, so this one right here, this is a hoodie for my guy Logan right here.
Oh, dude.
So I had
sweet.
reworked it earlier this morning actually.
Okay.
I was in the lab. It's like 8:30, something like that. But yeah, some extra camo fabric.
Okay.
That I put in the hoodie for the Recycle the World.
Nice.
I had broke it down. You know what I'm saying? Had some extra stuff, so I wanted to put something together to show. You know what I'm saying? Like this is part of House of District. As something that's, you know what I'm saying, wearable. You can do anything in it. You can, you know what I'm saying, kick it, have fun, whatever. But it is a one of one.
Dude.
I stitched all of it.
Damn.
There's a couple of different stitches in it.
I can't believe that. Okay. So, huge in the gym.
What's up?
I work out almost every day.
Right.
I rock a sweatshirt every day into the gym. I don't care if it's 80 degrees. I will be taking a picture of this. I'm rocking it to the gym.
Absolutely.
Dude, this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to wear it.
Absolutely.
I'll wear it. You know what? Fuck it. I'll wear it tomorrow to the gym.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we're
tomorrow
hitting
to the
shoulders.
gym. Fuck it.
My favorite day.
Rock that shit. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah.
There's a globe on the back. As you can see, I'm trying to take over the world.
Oh,
as we
yeah.
speak. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's just some stuff that I was in the lab creating. And I was just
Dude,
like, man, I want to
it's
share
fire.
my idea with people.
Dude,
Like,
it
people
looks
should wear
great.
this, you know what I mean?
I can't wait.
And
I
don't
swear
be,
I'm rocking it
I'll say
tomorrow.
this right now. Don't
What's
be
up?
surprised if you see a BFE Boys House of District clothing collaboration.
Yeah, collab. That'd be fucking
At some
wicked.
point.
Listen, I'm going to autograph the table before we go.
100%.
And don't be surprised if you see one of those coming up very soon
Yeah.
for the summer.
Ah, that'd
Yeah,
be wicked.
Maybe some shorts.
Oh,
Maybe a
that'd
hat.
be wicked.
We'll see what
Five,
happens.
5-inch or 6-inch seam?
What do you
6
think?
inch.
It's like
We're
6?
trying to go
Yeah,
short.
we're
I'm thinking
short
above,
trying to go- I'm
above
trying
the
to go-
knee.
I'm trying to
above
go-
the knee.
Yeah, that's
Like these.
6
Like
inch.
these.
6.
Are my champions
5
or
is
something?
pretty
I like
hot.
5
Yeah, I
inch.
think
I like
5's
5
not
inch.
bad. I
You stand
rock them.
outside.
I
I
show
rock
off
them.
the
Five,
quads,
yeah.
son.
Dude, I got 2 thigh pieces, brother. I love
Oh,
showing
I got some quads.
I'm just
I
saying.
got
Do you?
some quads, dude.
Hey, you holding a kid,
Yeah.
standing out there in a pair of shorts.
Dude,
man,
wicked.
where you
Who
get that
made
from?
those?
Exactly.
Who made
Good
those?
pair of shorts right
Be like,
there,
actually,
you know?
it's our podcast and our boy Dylan.
Yeah, we did a
Absolutely.
collab.
Makes
So I
clothes.
know somebody who knows
Yeah.
somebody that could make this appear for you.
Exactly.
So yes,
All right,
there's
cool.
this. There's the hoodie, and
I appreciate it. That's wicked.
for sure. That's for the guy.
Telling you,
Logan.
stay tuned. I'm gonna definitely
Shout
wearing
out.
it tomorrow to the
Shout
gym.
out. And
It's gonna be wicked.
Dan, I got you a T-shirt.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
It's even.
Package.
It's even
Official.
exactly the
Package
packaging.
up for you. This is like a one of one tee, I guess you could say. It has obviously the same as what I got on. You know what I'm saying? With the white one, but on the back there's a different color for the
Okay.
globe, for
Yeah.
the lettering and stuff like that. Inside of it's tagged with us, House of District. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Dude, that's so cool.
So whenever, you know what I'm saying, you feeling
Yeah, I'm
feeling you, throw that thing
I'm
on.
definitely
Ooh.
Absolutely, bro.
definitely gonna be
Absolutely.
indulging in this.
Well,
it wasn't nothing major, but I wanted to bring a couple gifts by for the
Dude,
bros
I
for having
appreciate
me
it.
on.
It's hard
Dude.
work, son.
I
it
think
is.
it's like I said though, this is really dope though for you to bring me on.
Yeah, no problem.
I
love
really
to
do
support the
appreciate
boys.
this.
Hey, like I said, we're gonna have you come back on. Like I said, we didn't even get into the crazy stories. We're gonna have you back on.
We're
Dan the
tapping in.
man, is there anything else you want to wrap up with?
I always say, just stay positive.
Stay positive.
If you need help, reach out to somebody. People love you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One more thing, I want to shout out the bros. Flock, he's coming.
Charles.
Hey, Flock, he coming with a brand.
Okay.
Self Love Club, and everybody be on a watch out
Was
for
that the thing with Trey? I seen.
Trey was modeling for that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
okay.
idea was Flock himself.
Yeah,
You know what
Charles.
I'm saying? Bro's been cooking up in the
Okay.
lab himself.
How about this? We get him on. We get him on the podcast to promote it.
Absolutely.
We'll be reaching out here soon.
Reach out to Flock, and
I'll
last
hit
but
up
not
Charles.
least,
Yeah.
reach out to Don Mac,
Don?
614. Don Mac, he got a TikTok. It's going up.
I grew
Does
up
his
in the
thing.
neighborhood with that dude.
Yes.
Don
So,
Mac.
hey, you know what's up with the Garrisons.
Oh,
They'll
the
come out.
boys.
They'll come out. Yes.
All right, cool. So
And
we'll be hitting up you guys.
Last but not least, yes, shout out to them bros. Shout out to Wes. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
my main dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got the drip before it even come out, so he forever
big
hooked up
supporter.
with everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I said, just thank you for
Yeah,
having
no
me on,
problem.
bro.
Go
For
check
real.
out his website, House of District. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming
Yes.
on. Hopefully you guys like this episode. Like I said,
Yes.
we're dropping hoodies. The sale ends May 1st. And yeah, if you want to support the podcast, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Grab some BFE gear. Episodes are going to be dropping every Monday.
Grab some House of District.
Yeah.
Most of all,
House
grab
of
the
District.
House of District. You know what I mean? Let's recycle
Thank you
the world.
so much for coming on.
Hey.
And yeah, episodes are going to be dropping on Monday. That's it for the BFE boys. We're out.